Hey everyone, what's up? Hey, what's up, guys? I hope you are doing well. Yeah, it's late. Actually, I'm finding some way to fix my mic. Wait a minute, guys. I'm just fixing. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, guys. How are you? Okay, so I'm gonna use this. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, yeah, it's nice. So, guys, we were doing some C++. Okay, so let's see where we were. So we were solving some exercises. We were solving some exercises. Wait. I will test this. Yeah, this method is working fine with mic. Okay, just solved my mic issue, but I think it gonna make a lot of noise of my breathing. Wait. Yeah, this one is fine. Okay, let me. Yeah, this thing. Select this side, then okay. I wish I could show my face, but right now I'm not confident yet. So let's get back to the stream. So we were just solving some basic problems with for loop. Yeah, like count digits of a number. Here what we did, we use if statement for zero. Like if someone entered zero, then the digits would be one. Okay, and if the number is smaller than zero, the number will be become minus, okay, or negative number. So we used while statement inside if inside else, okay. This is the main. So while number was not is equal to 0, number compound statement, number is equal to number divided by 10, okay. So if it is, suppose it's 200, then it would be 10, okay. Let's suppose number is 200, okay. So number is equal to 200 divided by 10, okay, it would be 20, okay, it would be 20. But you see, outside the count is 0, okay. It would increment to 3, or you say, no, number divided by number is equal to number divided by 10. So if it is 200, then number is equal to 0, count is equal to 1, okay. So while number is not is equal to 0, number is equal to number by divided by 10. If it's 20, so it would be 2, 10 divided, number is equal to 2, okay, count plus plus, the value of count is increased. So today we have exercises, okay, related to C++, and I am following the book Programming Principles and Practices with C++ by the author of C++. The name of the author who developed the C++ is Bjarne Stroustrup. Okay, Bjarne Stroustrup. You can buy the book. Okay, I will give the link in the description. Okay, let me copy it for you. I will put the link in video description. You guys can get that book from the affiliate Amazon link. So I can also get a little commission, maybe. I don't know. Okay, live. Yeah, this one. Yeah, you can check the description. Okay, I s- I I have already gave the link of Amazon book. Okay, okay, or you can check the chat. This book, Programming Principles and Practice using C++. Okay, so we are revising some questions like this one. How? I solved this. Count digits of a number. Take an integer input and count how many digits it has using a loop. Okay. Okay. Number while I'm using while loop. Digit counter initialization, use int count is equal to 0. Okay. Counter digit counting loop. Then the loop continues. Okay, until the number becomes 0, because number is not is equal to 0. Division count is incremented each time. Okay, so input, while number is not is equal to 0. Okay, so we have exercises. Okay, I will remove this. Okay, leave it. Just- So we have this question. I will take them here. Question is, write a program that reads a string from input and then for each character read, print out the character and its integer value on a line. So first of all, for string, we can access the each element of string as we know. Okay, same like vector or array you say widely in other programming languages. We can access the each element of a string. So let's start. Include. Okay, I will increase the font size because I think when someone sees the live stream, he or she is unable to see the screen. Like the font size is too small. Let's see who's our top fans. Nobody. So guys, if you are from India, you can support me. I'm not begging. Okay, I'm just asking. If you could, then you can support my work. Include IOStream. In future, I will start building some projects. Include IOStream int main. So first of all, I will finish this book. I'm right now very slow, but I will make it. Int main reads. Okay, we're gonna take input. So firstly, gdc out, enter a string. Okay, see out. Then wait, we have to define the variable. So string input. Input, okay. So now for each write a program that reads a string from input, and then for each character read print out the character. Okay, let's use here for loop. For int I is equal to 0, I is smaller than and is equal to input dot size plus plus I. Okay, so this is initialization. Okay, this is condition, and this is increment. Okay, initialization, condition, and increment. So where were we? Okay, so this one. So I want the output C out int I. Okay, if now I am running this program. Okay, so this will return. Okay, right now I am getting this as a return value. Like I entered the string Lalit and I got this. Okay, Lalit. Okay, like this one. Now what I want to do is, what I have to do is, for each character read, okay, print out the character and its integer value. Okay, now what I want is, I want the integer value of that character. Okay, as you know, there is ASCII character, okay, American Standard. Okay, so each character like A has some value in integer. Okay, because this is done because of the binary system. Okay, computer doesn't understand A, B, C, D or any special character we enter in a program. So now what we have to do is, we have to print the integer value of the character also. Now how we gonna do it? Now what we can do is, actually first we have to know how we can convert a character into an integer. Okay, so character. mm, mm, Character to integer. mm, 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 mm. Okay, now I'm gonna define a int integer value. Let's suppose I'm just gonna initialize it. Now what I gonna do is stdc out input I, let's suppose this return C. Okay, let's see out integer value. Let's try this if this works or not. Hmm. Wait, wait. So first of all, I'm gonna check the ASCI table. Okay, ASCI values. Let's I'm gonna search for L. So capital L is 76. Capital L is 76 and small l. And small l is 108. Okay, L-E-L-I-T 108. Yeah, guys, it's working. But I just have to change some formatting here. Slash D. Okay, now let's test this out. Okay, one thing, new line character. Now this should work fine. Control F5. I'm unable to show you the output screen. Okay, LALIT. So guys, it's working. Okay, this code returns this thing. Okay, when I enter a string, okay, I entered this string and I press the enter key. Okay, so L is string, sorry, character. Okay, it's 108 in ASC double I table or integer. So we solved this problem. You can access the ASC double I table from this site. Okay, you can access the ASC double I table from this site. So ASC double I full form is American Standard Code for Information Exchange. Okay, American Standard Code for Information Exchange. And this is the site. Okay, ASC double I dash code.com. Hey, thanks, Sanctus, if I am pronouncing it in correct way. Okay, this thing enter string. Okay, this is string variable and its name is input. Okay, now we are taking the input from the user and I am using the for loop, the value of I. This is initialization. I is 0. Then, okay, I is smaller than input dot size. Okay, this is size function used in string. Okay, this is a string. We already defined it here. This is increment. Okay, integer value. So here storing the character, storing the character into integer variable. Okay, to convert the string, sorry, to convert the character into integer. Okay, here we are getting the ASC double I value of the character. Okay, so Okay, let's get to the next question. Programming principle. Okay, next question is, let's comment this out. Okay, next question is, write a program that reads a string. Sorry, this one is already done. I will remove this. Next problem is this. Okay, if you define the median of a sequence as a number so that exactly as many elements come before it in the sequence as come after it. Okay, fix the program so that it always prints out median. A median need not to be an element of the sequence. Actually, I don't get this question like this. We will take next. Okay, read a sequence of double values into a vector. Okay, think of each value as the distance between two cities along a given route. Compute and print the total distance, the sum of all distances. Find and print the smallest and greatest distance between two neighboring cities. Find and print the mean distance between two. Read a sequence of double values. Sequence of double values. Each value as the distance between two cities along a given route. Compute and print the total distance, the sum of all distances. Find and print the smallest and greatest distance between two neighboring cities. Find and print the mean distance between. Don't know, but I find these questions little tricky. Why can't they just write it in simple English language? Read distance from input. Read a sequence of double values into a vector. Sequence of double. Okay, see out intra-sequence, enter double value. Double B, double C, okay, now I'm gonna define a vector. Vector double S include vector double is double name, let's suppose distance is equal to A B C. Okay, let's test this out first. Yeah, do you know why this is showing error? I yesterday I also told you that we can't directly print out the values of a vector. Okay, we need a for loop to loop over each element of a vector. Okay, we can't just see out. Okay, we can't just print out each value of a vector. So next is think of each value as the distance between two cities along a given route. Okay, distance between think of each value as the distance between two cities along a given route. Let's suppose this distance is Texas to Arizona. Okay, and let's suppose Texas to Arizona, this distance is from to Michigan to California. Okay, and suppose this one is from Amazon to New Mexico. Okay, always read the question thoroughly. You just don't skip it like you think that it is tough, but it's tough. Yeah, coding is tough. It's not easy. It will take time. Okay, every skill takes time. And here you need some more efforts. Okay, if I run this, okay, this will ask me for input. How foolish thing I am doing. Texas to Arizona. Then again, see in Michigan, Michigan, Michigan to California. Don't forget the semicolon. Steady C in Amazon to New Mexico. Okay. Wow, very nice. Hell, man. Steady C out distance. Okay, we can't just. I told you, we can't directly print the values of a vector. 1.1, 2.2, 3.2. Yeah, that's it. So I tested the code, it's working. Let's see if I get any comments. No, no comments. Mhm. Okay, so let's get back to the question. So think of each value as the distance between two cities given along a given route. Okay. So first value is Texas to Arizona. Second is Michigan to California. Third one is Amazon to New Mexico. Okay. And compute and print the total distance. Okay, the sum of all distance. So now I need to do sum of all the values. For that, I'm gonna use for loop. Sum of all distances for first increment, sorry, first is initialization. Okay, initialization and initialization double. Let's say int I is smaller, int I is equal to 0, uh, I is smaller than distance. Wait, so we have to do this double. I is smaller than distance dot size. Okay, plus plus I. Now sum of all distance double sum of distances Now, mm, plus is equal to I. Let's run this. Local variables sum. Okay, now it's fine, I guess. I can't show you the input screen. I have to fix this. So let's first value is equal to 50.0, second is 100.0, third is 150.0. Okay, yeah, it's showing the wrong result as I knew. 50 plus 100 plus should be 300. It should be 300 local. Okay, 50.0, 150.0, 200.0. Is sum of distance. What a fool. Here, distance I. Okay, 50.0, 100.0, 150.0, 50, 150, 300, 50, 150, 300. 300.0, 150.0. Yeah, this is working fine. Now if I enter a value, okay, first one, second one, third one, okay, it will return this thing. So first one is solved. mm, to Arizona. Actually, this is more cool. Texas to Arizona, then Michigan to California. Okay, and the last one is Amazon to New Mexico. Amazon to New Mexico. These could be random values. You don't need to be exact. Okay. So here, uh, this. Okay, these are the variables. Okay, this is, and this is input, and here I defined a sum variable to store the sum of distances, okay, between these variables, sorry, between this double value vector of double values. Okay, now we need to print out the sum of the distance of all distances, okay, between these locations, between these inputs. Now next is find and print the smallest and greatest distance between two neighboring cities. Okay, find and print the small greatest distance between two neighboring cities. Print the smallest and greatest distance. So actually I didn't understood here this line. Find and print multiple double values. Okay, values in the smallest values. Find from all the values in the vector. Okay, distances between cities. Find the smallest and largest value. Okay, how we gonna find the smallest and largest value? That's the question. Okay, smallest and largest. Hmm. जनक जनक जन जन जनक जन जन जनक जन जन जनक जन जनक जन the CPP code. Oh, okay, this should be in smallest and greatest. Now we need to find the smallest and greatest. The smallest and greatest distance between two neighboring cities. Double smallest is equal to distance vector 0. Okay, this is the first element of the vector distance. Smallest largest is equal to distance 0. So here I'm gonna use the if statement. Okay, for int I is equal to 0, I is equal to 1 actually. I is smaller than and I is smaller than distance dot size plus I if distance I is smaller than smallest. Smallest is equal to distance I. If distance I is greater than largest, then largest is equal to distance I. Okay, let's run this. See out smallest distances smallest largest largest distances, largest. Okay, so let's suppose first distance is 50.0, second one is 150.0, third is 300.0. Okay, total distance is equal to sum of distances less than 50.0, 100.0, and 50.0. Okay, total distance is 300, 150 and 150. Okay, so what I got here is this. Okay, I entered this as input. Okay, first is enter distance between Texas and Arizona. Okay, distance between Texas and Arizona, distance between Michigan and California is this, and this. Okay, these are all double values, and this is just for testing. Okay, total distance is this 300, and the smallest distance is 50. Okay, and largest distance is 150. Now I need to calculate the mean. Find and print the mean distance between two neighboring cities. Each value is the distance between two cities along a given route. Now we need to calculate the mean. This mean double mean is equal to 0 for int I is equal to okay, we don't need for here, we can directly calculate. Mean is equal to sum of distances divided by sum of distances average total divided by the length. Okay, distance dot size. Okay, see out mean distance mean distance lesson Okay, so I ran the code again. 50.0, 100.0, 50.0. Okay, so the mean will be 300 divided by 3. Okay, now it's done. So I entered the distance between Texas and Arizona, Michigan to California, Amazon to New Mexico. Okay, it's 150. Mosquitoes are biting me. Okay, so let's be just curious. When to add int I is equal to 0 and when to add this smaller than and is equal to. Okay, so index starts at 0. Okay, so we use int I is equal to 0 in vector or string. Okay, because the each element is accessed by indexing. Okay, so index 0 is first value. Okay, and we use int I is equal to 1 when we are counting. Okay, not indexing. Okay, let me add it here, then I will take 5-minute break. I will add it to the end. Okay, like this, include as IO stream. Okay, int main this. So what we are learning is when to use int I is equal to 0 and size. Okay, let's suppose nums, we have nums. Okay, I is smaller than nums dot size and plus plus I. Okay, so when to use this for. Okay, and when to use for I is equal to 1 and this size. Okay, is smaller than nums. Addition num and okay, this one, first one. So let's say we have a vector int main uh, vector int nums. Guess it is standard and import the library include include vector. Okay, nums. Okay, 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, 5. Okay, now what I want to do is I have to print the each element. For int I is equal to 0, is smaller than nums dot size plus I. Size nums I. Okay, std cout num. Hmm. Okay, this one is the first case. So we use I is equal to 0 and I is smaller than when we have an array or a string. Okay, and we use this one when we just count. Okay, when we have array or string to be accessed. Okay, so when we just count, let's say int num is equal to 5 or 10. For int I is equal to 1, I is smaller than and is equal to num. Sorry, it will clash. N and plus I. Okay, std cout I. Yeah, this will work fine. Okay, so we got this. Okay, guys, 5 minute break. Then we will see next question. Okay, guys, our next question is write a program to play a number guessing game. Okay, the user thinks of a number between 1 and 100, and your program asks questions to figure out what the number is. Is the number you are thinking of less than 50? Your program should be able to identify the number after asking no more than 7 questions. Okay, no more than 7 questions. So, like, if we say 100, okay, number between 1 to 100, okay, user input is suppose 60, okay. Now the program will say the user thinks of a number between 200. Your program asks questions to figure out what the number is. Is the number you are thinking of less than 50? Okay, let's suppose user just think about 60 and we don't know. Okay, the program doesn't know. So I will ask, okay, the program will ask, is the number is less than 50? So the user input will be no, because it's 60. Okay, then I will say if it is greater than 50, no, greater than 50 and smaller than 75. Okay, the user will say, suppose say yes. Okay, now I'm gonna say if it is greater than 55 and smaller than 70, let's just suppose, the user gonna say yes. And now we can use which statement, but mm, let's say now I ask if it is greater than, could be anything. So if after this I say 60 is greater than or is equal to 60 and is smaller than is equal to 65, the user will say yes. Mm, now I have asked 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now I'm gonna say if it is 6. I have to switch to studio, guys, to check the comments. Thanks for joining me. Love you all. I is equal high is mid. So the user have to think the number between 1 to 100. Okay, the program will ask like, is your number less than or equal to 50? Okay, yes or no. So based on yes or no, it narrows down the possible range. Okay, so maximum question is 7. Okay, so is it smaller than and is equal to 50? So if user say no and okay, number is greater, now range is 51 to 100. And is it 75? You say yes. Okay, so number is 75. Okay, is smaller than and is equal to 75, and range becomes now 51 to 75. Okay, so is it 62? Mm, mm, mm. So low is equal to 1 and high is equal to 100. This is divided by 2. So if number is smaller than and is equal to 50, user will say no. So to number is greater than 50. So new range is 51 to 100. Okay, lowest is 51 now. So 1 to 100. Okay, now this could be like first range is 1 to 100. Okay, now I will ask the user, suppose user input is suppose 69. Okay, user thought, if then I ask the user if it is between range 1 to smaller than and is equal to 50. So suppose user say no. Okay, let's say it says yes. Then so the new range is 1 to 50. Okay, so 1 to 50. 1 is lowest and 50 is highest. So 50 plus 1, 51 divided by 2. Okay, let's suppose it's 25. So now I will ask if it is 1, if the number you guessed is smaller than and is equal to 1 to 25. So if user says no, so that means the new range is 26 to 50. 26 to 50, that means no, logic is so 1 to 1 or 1 to 25. Okay, it says no, 1 to 25. So the new limit will be between 26 to 50, I guess. That will be 76 divided by 2, which will be 2362 So the new range will be 38. So if you thought number is, it's 39. Okay, T11 is smaller than no, new range is 38. If 1 51 1 to 51. So if the user is thinking about 39, okay, no comments. So if the user is thinking of 39, the initial will be lowest is 1 and highest is 100. So first is to calculate the mid. Okay, so 1 plus 100 is divided by 2. 101 divided by 2 is equal to 50. So if number is smaller than and is equal to 50, okay, 39 is smaller than and is equal to 50, so the program will say yes. Okay, because 39 is smaller than 50. So the new range will be, lowest will be 1 and highest will be 50. So 50 divided by 2, you get 25. So 25 is smaller than 39 is smaller than and is equal to 39. The user will say no. Okay, so the new range will be 26 plus 50 divided by 2. Okay, so is your number is smaller than and is equal to 38? User will say no, and so on. Okay, 39 will be the new low. Okay, and 50 will be highest. Number guessing game. We need to guess the number. I will guess the say Y for yes and N for no. Hmm, Okay, let's say now 1 to 100. Mm, 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 So mid is equal to, okay, keep it mid, and we're gonna need a response. We're gonna use while loop. While low is smaller than high. Mid is equal to low plus high divided by 2. Number is smaller than and is equal to mid. Yes or no? Response. Else low is equal to mid plus 1. Mm, 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 mhm. Let's say a user input is 69. Okay, so it's asking is your number is smaller than and is equal to 50. Okay, it's no, because 69 is greater than 50. So now the next will be, the limit will be, now the low will be over 51. Okay, 51, that means 50 plus 1. Let's let's dirty book. is smaller than and is equal to 50? No. Is your number is smaller than? Yes. Your number is 51 to 75. Your number is smaller than? No. Is your number. So my number is 69. Okay. Is your number is smaller than and is equal to 50? No. Is your number is smaller than equal to? Yes. Is your number is smaller than and 63? No. Is your number is smaller than and is equal to? Yes. Is your number is smaller than is equal to? No. Is your number is smaller than is equal to? No. Your number is 69. Nice. This is working. So this is my output. Guys, I have to go to buy some groceries. I'll be back in 5 minutes. Okay, I don't wanna end this stream just for 10 minutes break. Then we'll head to next question. Hey guys, I'm back. Yeah, so in our last program, we made a number guessing game. Okay, so this was mid, low or high. Low is smaller than high. Okay, low plus high is divided by 2, like 100 plus 1 divided by 2. So next question is, oops, write a program that performs as a very simple calculator. Let's see. Oh, I got 2 likes in my stream, 0 concurrent viewers. Okay, so write a program that performs a very simple calculator. Your calculator should be able to handle the 4 basic math operations: add, subtract, multiply, divide on 2 input values. The program should prompt the user to enter 3 arguments, 2 double values, and a character to represent an operation. If the entry argument are 35.6 and 24.1 and plus, the program output should be the sum of 35.6 and 24.1 is, so we can use switch here. Okay, this time include IO stream into main. First of all, take input. Okay, I'm gonna take all 3 things differently. Okay, enter a number, double num a stdcum num a. Okay, std now operation. stdc out. So if character operator is plus, then num a plus num b. Case minus double subtract num a minus num b multiply and divide. Now let's run this code. Error. Nice. Sum skipped by case label. Forgot to add these. Can't divide by 0. F5, enter a number. Okay, this is working good. 100. Control F5, it's running the code. Enter a number 100, enter another number 0, divide, can't divide by 0, nice. 2 3 percentage, nice. Now it's working. This is done. Now next we have is this question. Make a vector holding the 10 string values 0 1 to 9. Use that in a program that converts a digit to its corresponding spelled out value. Example, Gracia, the input 7 gives the output 7. Have the same program using the same input loop convert spelled out numbers into their digit, that is the input 7 gives the output. Spelled out numbers. So we have to create a list, okay, each digit. For each vector holding the vector string include vector 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Okay. The hell is this? Okay. Okay, now that any program that converts a digit to its well, the input 7 gives the output 7. Easy. We have only limit of 0 to 9. Okay, for int I is equal to 0. Okay, I is smaller than nums dot size plus I. So now if user inputs, let's take some input, int num. Okay, input stdc input. If we need to check now, can we use the find method? Okay, okay. I think we don't need this. What if I just say stdc out found spelled out value is nums input. LOL, man. It's this simple. If someone enters 5, then it will return 5. Why make it complicated? Okay, because this chapter is for beginners, not for experience. So std vector std cout, enter a integer between 0 to 9. Control F5. No, missed semicolon. Control F5 for to run this program. Okay, enter a integer between 0 to 9. Suppose I entered 9 and press it. So correspond spelled out value is 9. Nice. Wow. Guys, see, this is the output of the program. Enter integer between 0 to 9. It's 9. Correspond spelled out value is 9. Okay. So now we see have the same program using the same input loop. Convert spelled out numbers into their digit form. Put 7 gives the output. Have the same program using the same input loop. Convert spelled out numbers. Input 7 gives the output. Mm, does find method works? Now this is simple. I should have used the loop, but now how I gonna convert the digits to loop? Okay, now integer 2 corresponding value.